Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and today we're pulling for Emblem Celica. This is actually the first Emblem Hero banner that I've been really excited for because Celica is one of my favorite characters and I've been waiting for her to get added, so I'm so excited to pull today. And so we can talk about this banner as we go, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I think that our plan for pulling today is going to be to try to snipe blue as best we can because I love every single character in this color. I feel like there is so much value. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, we got her. Gosh, I am so sorry if that was loud. I am just so excited. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus HP. I am so beyond happy with this. And you know, we are not going to stop here because, like I said, there is so much value in this color. I love all the characters, and so I feel like it is worth it to go to 40 on this banner. And so I'm hoping that we can see all three characters today, and even if like nobody comes home after this and I have to spark for one of them, I will still be happy because I've been waiting for Celica for a really long time. But if I had my choice, I think that I would want to see Ivy the most aside from Celica because mine is currently only +1 and she's one of my favorites and I would love to merge her up. So I will be really, really happy if we... Oh my goodness, Sheeta. Oh gosh, I'm so happy to see her. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus attack. Oh my goodness. You know what, I am so excited about this because the one that I have was like one pulled for free and she really didn't have good IVs, and so I am so thankful that we now have a good IV one. But yes, I am so thrilled that she has come home, and so hopefully we can see Ivy next or maybe another Celica, but overall I am so happy with the choices in blue on this banner. And I think that if we don't have any of our desired color, we can probably go for green. Just because Rosado is there and he is another one of my favorites and I'd love to get some merges for him. And Xander is also there as well and mine is already +10, but I think if we get another one then we can just start another project because there is no way that I can fodder him off. But really I'm hoping that we can just stick to blues because there is so much value there. And so I think I've covered all the characters, so let's go ahead and answer some viewer questions. And as always, if I don't get to yours, I am so sorry. I'll try to do it in a future one. And if you think of a question you want to ask me, just leave it in the comments with #question, and I will be sure to put your question on my list. And so our first question today comes from Lurking Chimera Gaming. And they ask if you could bring back one of the old banner styles like picnic, dancer, etc., which would it be? And also, who would you put on a picnic or dancer banner? So this is a topic that I am very passionate about because dancer banners are my favorite. I am super dependent upon refreshers and I feel like those banners are always so much fun and they bring so much value. And I wish, oh my gosh, we got her. Oh, I am so excited that Ivy's come home. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus res minus attack. I am so happy with this. I'm so thankful to get a merge for her. And getting back to our very lucky question from Lurking Chimera Gaming, I was saying that every year I hope that the dancer banner is going to come back, and it never does, but I still hold out that like little flicker of hope that it's going to happen. And if by some miracle it does this year, the #1 character that I would want to see is La Rochelle. I think that it would be so beneficial for my La Rochelle emblem, and I also think that it would just be super fun with her personality, and so she would be my #1 choice. And as for some other characters that I'd like to see, I think that it would be really fun to see Sarah. I'd also love to see Claude. I feel like it would totally match his personality as well. And then one other character that probably doesn't fit, but I really don't care, would be Diamant just because I love him. But thank you so much for that incredibly lucky question. Okay, let's see if we can get Rosado. Okay, smoke. That is not Rosado. Okay, so let's back out and we can go ahead and answer our next question. And this was actually asked by a few different people. So this comes from Oscar, Ozzy, Giratina Light, and Nephilim2809. And they all asked about my thoughts on the new book 8 OCs that got revealed and who is my favorite out of the cast. So I want to start out by saying that I am so sorry if these characters are your favorites, but for me, there is really not a single one that I have enjoyed thus far, and I do feel like some of it is my own fault. I've just really not felt invested with this book, and so I've kind of skipped some of the story, so it really is my own fault, and it is embarrassing, but there's really nobody that has like jumped out to me, nobody that I care about, and so my true answer would really be nobody. But if I had to pick one that I like the most, I guess I would go with like the elk guy. I don't even know his name, but I do think that he has a pretty nice design, but not enough for me to like really look back and see what he's all about. So I'm sorry if that is disappointing, but that is my opinion. But thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from Kim Gallerport. And they ask, what made you discover and or love Fire Emblem and also Honkai and Genshin? So I think that I can start out with talking about Fire Emblem. And I got into Fire Emblem via Smash. I was a kid when I played Smash, and I got to play as Marth and Roy, and I really liked them. And so when FE7 came out in the West, I thought, oh my gosh, that's the game with Marth and Roy, I have to play it. And then I was very, very surprised when they were not in the game. But I gave it a chance, and what actually made me love the game, it's something a little bit weird, but it's actually the concept of permadeath. So when I was a kid, I was not really paying attention, and oh my goodness, that is Delthea. My gosh, I love Delthea, so I'm happy with this. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus speed. That is so, so good. And honestly, I haven't had the chance to use my Delthea in a while, and she is a most beloved character, so maybe this is like a nice little push to give her some nice new skills. But before she came home, I was saying that when I was playing Fire Emblem as a kid, I had a very short attention span, and I did not realize that my characters would not come back to life, and I was so shocked when it happened. And so I immediately reset because, of course, these characters that I love, I couldn't let anything happen to them again. And so when that happened, I was just so blown away because my choices actually mattered. And, you know, as a kid, I feel like you don't have really a lot of impact. And so this was something where like my choices actually impacted something else in a very small way. But for me as a kid, it was really profound. And so I really, really enjoyed that. And then after playing FE7, I played Sacred Stones, of course, and I met the best character of all time with La Rochelle. And from that point on, it became my favorite franchise. So that's how I got into Fire Emblem. And then as for how I got into Genshin, I think that I started playing it within like a week of its launch. And I really think for that, a lot of it was coming out at an opportune time. So it was a really rough time where you couldn't go out and do things and experience the world. And in a weird way, Genshin let you do that. You had these beautiful locations that were so vibrant, and you had these wonderful, lovable characters and this great story. And I was also just so impressed with the quality for a mobile game. And so for all of those reasons, I absolutely fell in love with it. And I still play the game every day. I think it is my favorite gacha. Oh my gosh, we got another one. Oh gosh, I'm so happy to see Celica. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus attack. Oh my gosh. That is so, so good. And you know what? I feel like we could get all S's for the rest of this, and I would not complain because I feel like this has been absolutely incredible. But getting back to our very, very lucky question from Kim, I was saying that I still love Genshin. I play it every day, and I think that it is my favorite gacha. And then after that, we have Honkai Star Rail, and I got into that because of Genshin. It was my favorite gacha, and when I saw that Star Rail was going to come out and it had like a similar art style that I really enjoyed, that caught my attention. But then I saw that it was going to be turn-based, which was a huge selling point for me because that's typically my favorite type of gameplay. And so I had so much confidence in Hoyoverse as a company to put out a quality product that I checked it out and I fell in love with it as well. And it's also a game that I play every day. But thank you so much, Kim, for that incredibly lucky question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from RJDK24. And they ask, who do you want to see for the swimsuit banner this summer and the Halloween banner later this fall? So I want to start out by saying that I'm sorry I'm a little bit late in answering this. Of course, we've already had our first summer banner, and I did not make a video for that because the only character that I liked was Olivia, and I got her in 2 polls, so that's why there is no video. But as for the upcoming banner that we're going to have, my #1 wish is that we can see Summer Crom. It's something that I wish for every year, still hasn't happened, and I'm a little bit skeptical since we've already gotten some Awakening characters this summer, but I'm going to continue to dream that it's going to happen. And aside from Crom, the other character that I would love to see would be Diamant, and I feel like it's sort of feasible because we did get Ivy last summer, so that is the other character that I am hoping for. And then as for Halloween banner, I'm always hyper invested in that because it is my, oh my gosh, Sheeta. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see her again. Okay, let's check this one. And she is plus HP. I am so happy with this. And so we will just keep going. And getting back to our very lucky question from RJDK, I was saying that Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I'm always super invested. And if I had my choice of a character, I think that I would go with Sarah, and literally like any alt at this point would make me happy, but specifically Halloween because it is my favorite. And as for some other characters that I would love to see, I feel like it would be so fun to see Ivy on that type of banner. I'd also love to see Xander, and I'd love to see Diamant as well. But thank you so much for that incredibly lucky question. And let's go ahead and answer another one, and this comes from Chi. And they ask, last New Year was the year of the dragon and we got Kana, and the next New Year will be the year of the snake, so which snake character do you expect for the New Year banner? So I guess my vision for that banner would be like all Snake Lady. And if I'm correct, I think she has like 3 forms, so you got like 3 characters right there, and I guess you could go with like the Snake Lady from book 8 and you have a whole banner. Of course, it would be a banner that I would not want to pull on because I don't really care for any of those characters, but it is kind of like a full snake banner, so you could do that. But thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer another one. I think we can sneak in one more. And this comes from Nashon Edwards. And they ask, I forgot if you ever talked about her or not, but what are your thoughts on Embla as a character? So I don't really think I've talked much about her, but she is really not one of my favorites. Like, I don't dislike her. I think it's nice that they humanized her with her relationship with Asker, but generally, I don't like the personality or the design, so she is not my favorite. But thank you for that great question. And we get a Muriel. Okay, so we hit our 40, so we can back out, and we can go ahead and do our Spark. And I know that the smart thing to do would be to take a copy of Celica, but I want Ivy, so that is what we're going to do. Yay! Oh gosh, I am so happy that we're able to get 2 of her today. And we get the thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end things here. I could not be any happier with how this went, and if you guys are pulling on this banner, I hope that you guys are just as lucky. And I also want to say big thank you to everybody submitting questions. I so appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do that, so thank you so much. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.